Welcome back to our 13th Messy Church video. I want to say a big hello to Olivia, Leyland, James, Lily, Lexi, Archer, Emily, Madeline, Kendra, Lily, Madalena, and along with anyone else out there who could be watching. I hope you're all very healthy and happy. Today we're going to talk about another parable. Do you remember who liked to tell parables and what a parable actually is? Oh, I bet you do. You're probably right. Jesus liked to tell parables. A parable is a story Jesus liked to tell to help all the people understand some of the hard parts of the Bible stories. The parable for today's lesson is the parable of the 10 bridesmaids. That's in the Bible under Matthew 25, verses 1 to 13. This is how the story went. In Jesus' story, a wedding was about to take place. The bride had 10 bridesmaids, and they were all waiting for the bridegroom to come and take them to his house, where the wedding would take place. The weddings in those days were almost always at night, and when the bridegroom came, the bridesmaids would light their oil lamps, and like a parade of light, they would lead the bride over to the bridegroom's house. In the story, Jesus said that while they were waiting for the bridegroom to come, the bridesmaids were very tired and they fell asleep. All of a sudden, the bridesmaids woke up to someone shouting that the bridegroom was coming. He was coming to get the bride and all the bridesmaids. They called for everyone to come out and meet him coming up the road. The 10 bridesmaids jumped up and began to prepare their oil lamps. There was a problem though. They did not have enough oil to light their lamps. At least 5 of them didn't. The lamps had run out of oil when they were sleeping. But the other 5 bridesmaids were very wise to bring extra oil, so they were well prepared and ready to light their lamps. The forgetful 5 bridesmaids that forgot to bring the extra oil for their lamps asked the 5 wise bridesmaids if they could borrow some oil. But the wise bridesmaids with the extra oil were worried that they would run out, so they told the other bridesmaids to go to buy some oil of their own. While the 5 forgetful bridesmaids went to buy more oil, the groom came and the 5 who were ready went with him to the wedding feast. By the time the other 5 had bought their oil and returned to the groom's house, it was too late. The door to the groom's house had already been closed and was locked. Now, when Jesus finished telling this parable to his followers, he said, "Remember, you must be ready, because you don't know when I will return or when you will be able to see me again." So in this story, the groom is actually Jesus, and all of you, including myself, are the bridesmaids. Jesus wants us to make a wise choice to choose him and be ready the next time we will be able to see him. What do you think is the most important wise choices we can make so we can go to heaven to be with Jesus and all our loved ones who have gone before us, or to be prepared for if Jesus comes back again? We don't want to miss out on heaven, so we have to make sure we make the right choices. You all already know that we should say our prayers, we should love God and love others, we should be kind, caring, sharing, and generous. We need to ask Jesus to be in our hearts and to help us do all these things. We don't know the time when we will be able to go and be with Jesus in heaven. We don't know what the time will be. Excuse me. But if we live a good, caring life, we won't miss it when it comes our time. I'm going to give you some examples of how in our everyday life we have to be prepared. So we have to be prepared for hopefully seeing Jesus again, but we also have to be prepared in our everyday lives. So here's some examples. Have you ever gone to a swimming pool dressed in your Sunday school clothes? No, if you knew you were going to a swimming pool, you would take things like a bathing suit, towel, and sunscreen, wouldn't you? If you were going to the grocery store, what would you need to remember to take there? Let me see. That's right. I bet you know. You would need money or some other way to pay for the groceries. And even nowadays, the stores like you to bring your own shopping bags. So if you have all that stuff, then you're going to the store prepared. One other thing I can think of is being prepared at home. Now, some of you children may have heard about the preparedness kits that the fire department sometimes comes into school and talks to you about. We hear about lots of disasters and thunderstorms and floods and fires and tornadoes and all kinds of things like that that happen. And it is good that we have a Be Prepared kit. This makes this kit we should be keeping in our house in case of such problems and disasters. And it contains things like extra canned food, extra clothing, medications if people have to take certain medications for their health, flashlights, water, and lots of other things. This makes sure that if a disaster was to happen, we would be prepared to take care of ourselves until things got better. Here's an example of being prepared. I'm going to show you this one. What's this that I'm holding up? There you go. And if you're not sure, it's a red flashlight. So I'm going to turn the flashlight on. What? Something's wrong. It's not working. Oh, it's kind of light. Wait a minute. I know what the problem is. Let me see. I'm going to check. Oh, that's the problem. There's no batteries. Well, I've got a few here. I'm lucky I remembered to bring some. So we're going to put these in and see what happens. So, there we go. Now is the flashlight working? Let's see. Can you see it? There. I'll shine it on this paper so you can see that the flashlight is working. I'll shine it against my shirt, my poppy. It's hard to see because I've got the lights on. But this flashlight is a special flashlight too, because it's a flashlight you can have in your car, so you can see that it's working because it's flashing red. So my flashlight is now is working. So I fixed it by putting the batteries in, and now it's working just fine. So in a lot of ways, we are like this flashlight. We are meant to shine with God's light and His love and care. And when we are filled with God's love, we have the fuel, which is in the flashlight is the battery, to help those around us and to share our love and kindness for others as well as for God. So we can be like a battery and a flashlight makes it work, and we can be like a battery for God by doing kind things and being helpful to other people. So like in the story we talked about today and in our everyday lives, we always need to remember to be prepared to do the right thing. We never know when we will be asked to do important work for God or others, but when those times come and we see a chance to be helpful, kind, honest, and caring, we need to be ready to do them. We need to thank God for all His love in our prayers as well. We all aren't perfect, but we've got to try to do our very best. So now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the repeat after me prayer. So are you ready? Here we go. Repeat after me. Dear God, please help us to receive your light so we can shine with your love and be your parade of light for everyone around us. Amen. So our crafts aren't too difficult today. They're a little bit easier, but I've got a surprise for you. One that I made for you. So I'll tell you about it in a few minutes. Since our lesson was about the 10 bridesmaids and being prepared, our crafts are going to be talking about the 10 bridesmaids oil lamps. And in the package you're going to get from me, there's also several puzzle sheets and things for you to do as well. So these crafts will help us to remember to be prepared for when we get to meet Jesus. It will also help us to remember the ways Jesus wants us to let others know how much we care about them. So the first craft is the oil lamp and the oil drops. project. So in your bag, you will get a picture like this of an oil lamp. Okay, now you don't have to do anything with that except just put it to the side. And then also in your bag will be a sheet with oil drops on them. Now I've gone ahead and put the words in the oil drops, but what I want you guys to do is write in, print in words that show you how you can be prepared, and show God that you love and honor Him by the way you act and the way you treat others. So some of my examples are, I've got here love others, forgiveness. That's a good way of being able to forgive people and when they say they're sorry. Say your prayers, be kind, go to church, help others, share, and then there's others. So all you have to do, and I'll show you here, you just have to, after you print all the suggestions on the paper, you just have to cut them out just around the edge and this way. And God knows that we can't be perfect all the time. But God's happy when He knows we try our best to do the right things and to be kind and generous to people and that kind of thing. And then you just put some glue. Oh, my glue stick's almost run out. Put some glue on the back of it and then stick it on. And then I'll do one more here. I think I'll put to remember to say our prayers. Say your nighttime prayers or your prayers before you eat your meals, that kind of thing. And then God knows that we do love Him and the people around us. And you can say prayers for people who are not feeling well, or for people that are having problems, asking God to help them get through their difficult times. And you can also pray for people who have gone before us. Like I say prayers sometimes for my mom and dad, because my mom and dad, I don't have them any longer with me. But I know for sure they were really special people, and they're in heaven with God, Jesus. So sometimes I say my prayers and include them in my prayers, that they're still okay and they're happy and that kind of thing. So this one says love others. So I'm going to stick it on here. There we go. So you can just keep doing this and adding them all around to make your picture look nice. And then when you're done with it, you can remember to look at it, hang it up somewhere, look at it, and when you see those words, you'll remember that these are the things you have to do to be kind to other people and to show God your love and honor. Okay? So now that's that project. Now I'm going to show you the special card that everybody's going to get one of these in their package, and they're depending on there's different colors. I made pink ones and yellow ones and orange ones. I think there's some red ones and some blue ones. And what they are is it's called a magic card. So when you get it, it's going to have a paper clip on the one side. So you just take the paper clip off, and then when you take the paper clip off, you'll see that this opens up like a card. Okay, so you've got to be very careful that this doesn't fall out because it's not attached. So you just get your index finger, your first finger, in under there, and then you put your thumb. There's a card back here too. You put your thumb in between the brown card and the colored card, and then you just carefully slide this part out. So this will end up being empty. But when you slide it out, there's going to be something magic happen. And I don't want to show it to you because I want it to be a surprise for you. So if you need help trying to figure out how to do it, just show the instructions to your mom or your dad, and they can help you. But all you have to do is remember to take the paper clip off, put your index finger inside here, and put your thumb in this other side and just pull them apart, okay? And you'll get to see the magic trick. It's lots of fun. It was just something extra. It was a lot of work to do, and I figured it was going to be really difficult for some of the younger kids to do, so I just thought I would do it as a surprise for you guys. So anyway, remember, if you need help with that, get your parents to help you. So that's about it for this time around. So remember to do your oil lamp with your drops of oil with the special words on them. I hope you're all enjoying school, whether you're going to school, doing school online, or doing homeschooling. And again, it's going to look like a long time before we can have Sunday school or messy church in person. Although we're kind of thinking of some idea where we might be able to do something come January. So if you're all enjoying the videos and the crafts, I will keep doing them for you and with you. The next Messy Church will be able to be viewed on Friday, November 22nd. This one that you're watching right now is going to be able to be reviewed the day after tomorrow, on Friday. I miss you all. Take care. Remember to look after yourselves and help out at home. May God bless you and your families. Remember to follow all the rules of wearing your face masks, washing your hands, and keeping a safe distance. I hope you've enjoyed this time we've had together. Stay safe and healthy. As our lesson taught us today, remember to try and be prepared to be kind and caring to others and to love God. Remember, you can FaceTime me, call me, message me, let me know how things are going, both with you and your Messy Church. And if you look at our thing here, there's the bridesmaids oil lamp. Ask Jesus to be in our hearts. And this is a picture of the 10 bridesmaids. These ones, their oil lamps didn't light, and these ones, the lamps are lit. And just some other messages you can put on your oil things. Say your prayers, be generous, be kind, be caring. And I'm sure you guys can come up with some really good ideas too. So that's all for today. Remember, get in touch with me if you like. I really miss you, and I'd love to hear from you. And have a wonderful week and weekend, and we'll see you in 2 more weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.